Quan will not only change his face over and over again during his performances, but he will also instantly change the color of his entire outfit. So where is he getting the new outfits that he's instantly changing into? There's no place for him to store the outfits or the masks. How is he able to switch and move the outfits and the masks perfectly in the blink of an eye? If people are looking for a natural explanation for these acts, they won't find one. There's simply no natural explanation for the instant transformation of his garments or masks. We'll now look at statements from other top magicians who admit that their magic comes from spirits. It needs to be pointed out that God has clearly revealed that to contact unknown spirits or to quote channel them is mortally sinful. Its activity he condemns. Those who do so open themselves up to demons and invite them to take possession of their souls.
No way!
Before Copperfield decides to come out completely on the other side of the wall, he only puts his hands through the wall. He then puts his hands back into the wall. Second greatest magician of all time according to this list is Harry Houdini. This have been used by magicians over the last 100 years as a way to get customers and others to come out to see their performances. Into his ear on his 1914 promotional poster. Charles Carter was another famous magician. He also died in 1936. He called himself Carter the Great. Some other prominent American magicians were Grover George, who died in 1958, and Harry Keller, who died in 1922. You are probably noticing a common theme with the poster ads for these famous magicians from the last century. In every single one of these poster ads, there is at least one demon being depicted. This indicates that these magicians knew exactly where they were getting the power to perform their signs and wonders. That is, from demons. This is a modern magic book called Tricks of the Mind. It's a book written by Darren Brown, a famous current European magician and hypnotist. Notice the incredible similarity to what we just saw over and over again in the poster ads of famous magicians from the last century. Demons on the cover next to the ear giving information. Here is an ad for one of Brown's performances. Notice the demons right near him again whispering information into his ear. The demons give the magicians the information. Brown's 2005 tour show was called, quote, Something Wicked This Way Comes. For his 2011 and 2012 Svengali tour, Brown proclaimed the, quote, wonders of the occult. Brown produced a small book for the tour which he currently sells. Brown also depicts himself with a devil's tail. Different tricks which he called, quote, the devil's picture.
Cards in the deck.
Right.
Okay, so what you'll do is touch one, but do not let me see it. So just
pull it out or just
touch one,
All right.
whatever you
Okay.
want. Which one? This one?
This one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you want to check? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we show it to the camera?
Oh, okay, yeah, good idea.
And you can't
Good.
see. I mean, clearly there's nothing there. There's
okay.
No...
Well, here, let's use your card. Let me just rip a little piece off.
Okay.
Hold this. Nothing up my sleeve. Just Seeing the pieces.
Okay.
It's gone.
Well, where did that... Where's the rest of it? Can I go in through here?
Yeah,
where,
sure.
So where did you get... All right. Okay, can you... Well, where is it
You
now?
could have had any card, and we just ripped a little piece off.
Right.
Maybe reach into your pocket. You go ahead. Reach into your far pocket. No, the far. Yeah, you go.
This one?
Sure. Just as far away, and tell me if there's...
Wait a minute. Are you serious?
All the way in the bottom.
What? How did you pull
And check if it's the right piece. Make sure it fits exactly. Maybe let them see as well.
Yeah, it fits.
It's a piece that we
it fits perfectly. Well, how did you didn't touch... Well, now you freaked me out. You didn't touch me at all.
In his book Mysterious Stranger, Blaine talks about a magic act he performed when he took a homeless man's cup of coffee. Blaine described the event, quote, "Holding it in both my hands, I muttered some weird incantations and the coffee in the cup turned into coins."
Oh! How'd you do that one? Oh, guys. That's your magic.
While visiting a prison in Louisiana, Blaine approached the prison door and bent the prison bars.
Ready? There's no way he can bend them bars.
I've been here 25 years. I think he's been in like 33 years. Never seen bars bit. I mean, we actually started getting bars with his hand.
I seen you bend that ball like that. I ain't never seen that happen.
Been up here all the time. I come from the shit.
Incredible hole. No problem at all. How?
I seen something amazing. But on TV, I didn't think that was real. I see it's real now though. I finally see where he at. David Blaine, he real.
He also features a picture of the devil or a demon in agony surrounded by flames many times in his book. He never explains why he is promoting this picture. On the title page for Chapter 8 of his book, Blaine has a picture of himself.
Are you an illusionist? Are you a trickster? What is it? Are you a stuntman? What are you? How would you describe yourself?
Just a showman.
In one interview, Blaine flashed the Eye of Horus marked on his hand. He said that it's his protection from death.
Is this part of the show, this stare and the eyes and all that sort of thing? The eye in the hand. And what does that mean?
Protection from death.
Oh.
The Satanist Aleister Crowley. Crowley called himself the Beast 666 and was deeply involved in magic. Crowley also promoted human sacrifice, homosexuality, and other forms of sexual perversion. Crowley's main saying was, quote, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." Satanism teaches that whatever you feel like doing, you should do. This pentagram, along with the inverted pentagram, are both symbols used by Satanists and witches, only displayed by Satanists, simply as Cyril. In this magic act, Cyril draws a pentagram using chalk. It's almost identical to the pentagram used by Crowley and other Satanists. Also notice the skull with a black star on his shirt.
枠の中に立ってください。どうぞ来てください前まで。ここ。Please, right here. Right here, okay? And ちょっと下まで。
Cyril then puts the woman inside the circle and levitates her.
Let go. Let go.
Cyril 以外の4人が手を離しても女性が宙に浮いている。
後ろに引いてください。
しかし現象はこれだけではなかった。
下がってください。テイさん、集中は崩さないでくださいね。 大丈夫大丈夫。集中崩さないでください。Concentrate.
Cyril was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. He then moved to Japan. Asks someone to roll a water bottle on the ice. Cyril moves to the spot where the water bottle stops rolling. He takes a person's cell phone and instantly puts it under the ice.
1, 2, 3.
He then breaks up the ice and pulls the cell phone out.
よく音を聞いててください。
マジで
Ready, Aya?
Poster のリンゴの絵に手をかざす。すると。
That's okay. No problem.
さらに緑のリンゴをポスターの絵に重ねると。
In reviewing footage from the top magicians in the world, one discovers that they perform many of the same kinds of false miracles. This includes various magicians putting their bodies in positions in which they should fall over, but they don't. A spirit must be assisting them in order for them to do this.
360度見回しても。
This is brilliant. Now just slowly let go. And step back.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is amazing.
Chris has also levitated Shaquille O'Neal on more than one occasion. The second time Shaq was levitated, he was at Chris's house. Shaq is one of the biggest and best players in NBA history, standing 7'1" and weighing about 350 pounds. Shaq was levitated so high that he went over Chris's house. A small crowd was also there watching the event, including some, quote, celebrities. Here, Chris takes a randomly selected stuffed animal from a toy store and makes it appear to walk. One boy questions if there is a battery inside, and Chris proves that there is no battery inside the stuffed animal. Chris Angel claims to believe in God and says that he is very religious. He will frequently talk about how he's, quote, blessed. But as we can see, he fully accepts false religions. He also practices voodoo magic using a voodoo doll.
I believe in the voodoo.
Not really, but kind of sort of. I'm not sure.
All right. Do you feel this?
Yes, yes. Yes, I did. Yes.
Watch that. Take.
What you doing, man?
We headed over to the Opera House for the dark seance.
During this seance, Chris got possessed right on camera in front of witnesses. He flipped upside down and went up the wall. Everyone but the cameramen ran immediately out of the room. and shouts, quote, "the devil" in both Spanish and English.
This is like the Houdini milk can, except I'm not going to get into. Watch, be careful, be careful. Face the audience, okay? Now I want you just to relax, okay? All right, you're going to go. Can you fit in there? Can you actually fit in? Come around, come around. I want you to put your hand on the lid. Watch. We're going to try something. We're going to try something right here. Now put your hand on top there. You kind of come. Now are you in there? Just bang on that. Just push. Now do it again. Let me hear you. You are there, right? I'm here. Okay, now watch. Watch. Come over here. Ready? Now! Look! Right up there!
This is a magician who openly states on his YouTube channel that he makes contracts with different demons for special powers.
The demonic circle, a symbol of great power, used through most of my career as a black magician. And I have the symbols of the various pacts that I've made with demons throughout my workings as I have walked my own path of embracing the darkness.
Now, Lucifuge Rofacal is one of those shadowy figures in occult lore who intrigues and confuses at the same time. Lucifuge appears in the Grand Grimoire as not just a demon to make a pact with, but as the demon to call when you're going to make a pact.
Mike says he's able to perform his magic through a spirit he has known since his childhood named Desmond. The spirit introduced itself to Mike when he was a child, when it wrote its name supernaturally on a chalkboard over and over again.
In my childhood, I had a supernatural spirit attached to me. His name is Desmond. And to this day, I don't know exactly what it is. Some people have called it an angel. Some people have called it a spirit. He's a big reason that I'm doing the show tonight. I'm going to introduce America to Desmond. Desmond came to me when I was about 6 years old. I had a chalkboard where he would write, "I am Desmond." This kept happening until one day I just said, "Hello, Desmond," and it stopped. And then other things started to happen. Working with a spirit energy comes with challenges because there's no control. So if Desmond doesn't show up, there's literally no act.
Again, the name of the spirit that enables Mike to do all his magic calls itself Desmond. If you simply drop the S and the D in Desmond's name, you find out what Desmond really is. It is only through a demon that real supernatural magic takes place.
Okay, you'll miss it. Ready? Look. Visualize your card right there.
What? What? Oh my goodness. No way.
Stop it. Get out.
And in only a few years, he has already become one of the top magicians in the world. He can cause things to instantly appear and disappear.
All right, watch. Once more. You can actually see the coin vanish and then reappear. Watch. Once more. Up. We'll do it again, but this time with a deck of cards.
Magic comes from hell.
Deep into my eyes, you're gonna feel a surge of energy.
It's a scary moment for the 18-year-old.
What do you see?
And we were just backstage, and she said, "Chris, can you do something with me?" You know, and I kind of got inside her mind, and she saw death in me, and she completely lost her mind. She completely freaked out.
What was that?
People see different things.
What was that?
It's what you saw in me.
The Greek word for sorcerer could also be translated as magician. The magicians I have covered were taken over by demons and possessed as a result of involvement in the occult or a desire to interact with spirits. Through demonic influence and the help of evil spirits, the sorcerer-magician is able to do things that defy a natural explanation. If the magician is aggressive in his search, he will discover that reaching the highest level of success in magic involves dabbling in the occult, submission to or contact with a spirit. If that happens, the demon can enter the person or strongly influence or control him. This is why we see the top magicians immersing themselves in the occult, seances, contacting spirits, etc. The true God has revealed that practicing magic is similar to playing with a Ouija board. It's a way people open themselves up to demonic possession. Sadly, some are willing to let the devil have some control if it will enable them to achieve success or get what they want. The devil wants people involved in magic. This is a magician named Yif. He is the most famous magician in China. He has appeared to change water into wine. He says that Jesus was a magician like him who lived 2,000 years ago and performed this miracle. Attempting to be like Jesus, Chris Angel walked on water when he walked on Lake Mead, which is located near Las Vegas, Nevada. Dynamo walked on the River Thames in front of thousands of people. This was the key moment in Dynamo's career as a false Christ and a false prophet. Dynamo described this event as, quote, the moment I'd been building up to my whole life. The false Christ Dynamo also appeared to cause many fish to come out of an empty bucket during his trip to South Africa. Earlier in this video, a magician was shown who openly states that he makes contracts with demons for special powers. On his YouTube channel, he says you can, quote, become a living god, and on his website he says you can, quote, learn secrets most people will never know about godlike power. On a number of occasions, Blaine has stuck sharp objects right through parts of his body. Not only does he have no pain while he does this, there is no blood and no evidence of an entrance or exit wound when the blade is taken out.
See how it looks like
That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. What are you doing?
Do you see how really believably...
Oh, I'm not good with this. That's crazy.
You see that?
How are you... Wait, what do you mean, how are you doing it? You've stuck a needle through your arm.
It looks pretty real, right?
Sorry, I don't understand. How is that not real? What do you mean it looks pretty real?
Well, it looks really real, right?
I don't understand. Right, okay. Obviously, if that is a trick, how is that a trick? How is that not a needle going through your arm?
You know what, Ricky, here, do me a favor. Grab the needle right here.
Yeah?
And pull it out so you can see the magic trick. Go ahead, grab it. Yeah, good. Grab
What do you mean?
Yeah, grab
Pull it out all the way it's come?
Yeah, pull it out. Good. Just pull it right out.
Right, okay.
Pull it out.
Is that needle going through your arm?
Well, pull it out and you'll see how it works. Pull it.
Oh, I don't understand.
Go ahead, pull. Pull.
Oh, David, what have you done? Are you a maniac?
Pull.
This is real. Sorry, this is real. That's real. That's not a trick.
There was a man from the Netherlands named Miran Dajo. Hanging around pubs, he made money by letting people pierce his body with, quote, dagger-like objects. He also swallowed glass and razor blades. He was also able to have swords and other items pass right through his body, quote, astounding the medical community. Dajo allowed doctors themselves to pierce him. Dajo even ran several laps in front of doctors with a blade right through his body. He said he could do this because he had, according to Dajo's assistant, the help of several guardian angels. Dajo said his message and mission was to unite mankind. During Dajo's early years, he had all sorts of, quote, paranormal experiences and claimed to be a prophet. In 1947, headlines read that Dajo was, quote, like a second Messiah. Dajo's angels would tell him what tests he had to subject his body to. In 1948, these angels told Dajo to eat a steel needle. Shortly after he did this, one of his arteries ruptured, killing him. When the devil has concluded that he has used a magician long enough, he may decide to kill him. The angels that were helping Dajo during his life were fallen angels, that is to say, demons.